I'll sit down near you.
Hey, welcome everybody to the Sisters United Hangout. And our topic today is allowing success and well-being. I hope I don't know if we just went live again. If I'm repeating myself, I'm going to welcome everybody. Welcome today. Our topic today is Sisters United is allowing success and well-being. And we're going to go across the panel, introduce everybody, and then we'll dive into our topic. I am Valerie Jampolsky. I'm the Abundance Mom Freedom from Abundance Now. I am here in Los Angeles. I am a twin 5-year-old boys, and I would give a naked kid alert, but they are passed out in the other room, so I think we're good here. And just a little bit about me. I used to be an entertainment attorney, and I remember what a powerful moment for me was when I was pregnant with the twins, sitting in my office surrounded by all my books and having this massive realization that if I didn't make a change, there was, I was barely going to be able to be there for my kids. I'd be lucky if I could tuck them in at night. So I made a powerful determination to make a massive change in my life, and also had this massive realization that I really wasn't. I had so much more inside of me. I kind of remembered who I really was, and that there was something very powerful that I really wanted to help people to really transform their lives, and that was really what was feeding my soul, and what I was doing was not doing that. So I just feel so grateful that I'm in a position that I can do those sorts of things now. So, and part of that is really being able to talk and connect with all these incredible women here, and what we do. So, I'm going to pass it on over. I've learned something sort of interesting. I think it took me a while to figure this out, but this is what Google Hangouts does, is they actually do it by the first name. Because I'm always wondering, why am I always at the end? Whenever I'm on a panel, I'm Valerie. It's like V at the end of the alphabet. So if you're ever wondering and you're on a panel, ever watching these things, I'm going across. It comes to me, it comes up by alphabet. So guess who's next? It's CJ. You are up.
Hey everyone, it's CJ. As many of you probably know by now, I live in Florida. I am so blessed and so grateful to be a stay-at-home mom to 3 incredible boys, and just to be able to give them a home that is filled with nothing but abundance and joy and happiness and complete and total freedom. For me, unfortunately, or not unfortunately, but fortunately, is priceless, and I love every moment of being able to be with them. I was not so blessed in the past. Up to about a year ago, I used to work for corporate America, and I would see my babies for a few hours a day when I was not working that wonderful 12 to 16-hour shift. So I completely understand what it's like for most of you that only get to see your babies for a little bit of time in a day. I've been there, and I know what it's like, and I know the heart pain that you're going through. All I'm going to tell you is that keep pushing through to it, because you will be able to be with them 24/7, and you will be able to have the life that you want to have and that you really are pushing for, and that dream is there for you to reach. So never give up on that hope and that passion within you, because it is possible. I'm living proof of it. Thank you, Valerie.
You're welcome. You always inspire me. Every time I hear, it's so funny. It's like every time I hear your story, it's always uplifting. I love it. And I want to bring out Carolina, who actually she came up with the topic this week. Thank you.
Thank you, girls. My name is Carolina Helen, and I'm from Åland, Finland. And I'm a yoga teacher. I'm a mother of 3, and I'm also a cancer survivor. And why I wanted to talk about this topic today is basically because I have many of my girlfriends that has been talking about the different kind of decisions to take towards to something that they really want to do, but they are like tearing apart with that feeling that they are not really worthy the things they would like to do, and be making real for their lives. And I have experienced that when you are like limiting yourself, I have been a successful entrepreneur before, but I have been like a little bit noticing that my intuition in that kind of entrepreneuring I was doing before was not for me, because it was pretty much like just showing that I am good enough to make that kind of business and be successful, but it was not because of me. It was more about to show others that I can do it. So that kind of sucked every energy of me. So now I'm a little bit more about to going to things that actually lifts you up, and you do because you like to do it because of yourself, and stop to limiting yourself and your health and your wealth with self-destructing thoughts like you are not worthy some things, because it's really the thoughts of not being enough and not being good enough to get something. It's the thoughts that are really putting you down. So that's a little bit about what I would like to talk today with your girls.
Yeah, that's so powerful, and I'm just very thankful that you came up with the topic on it. I love how we're all over the globe as well. It's really cool. Just a quick I gotta say this. It's, CJ, you just said it. I'm gonna pop it out. Carolina, you're such an inspiration. I love hearing you speak. Thank you. I mean, you're putting it in there.
Thank you.
DJ, pop it out verbally. The world needs to hear it. Yeah, I mean, we have these amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
in the chat.
Carolina, you're so powerful, honey. And it's only been like 2 to 3 weeks now, sweetie, that we've been hanging out and talking. It hasn't been that long, and it's just every time she speaks, Valerie, I'm just like, oh, my life is better now.
It's true. It's true.
Thank you.
And now we're going to go across the panel over here. Come on out, Elizabeth, say hi. You've got a special guest with you there.
Yeah, we have Annabelle. She's here. Hello. The other one is somewhere else. Hi, I'm Elizabeth. I'm from London, UK. And I have 2 kids, Nicholas, the eldest is in nursery at the moment, and then I have Annabelle, my youngest, which is 11 months. I used to be a quality assurance engineer, so it's like an IT, it's part of IT, just a software tester. And I was on maternity leave, and it was when I just sat down and I realized that, with my first, I went back to work full time, and I did a lot of juggling. With the second, I realized that it would have been a bit just too much, not seeing them, then the juggling, you can't focus on your work properly, you can't focus on your family properly, and I just didn't want that. And then I felt that I've given enough to 9-to-5 jobs because I started working really early when I was like 13 or something like that, so I just wanted to do something for me. So that is when I decided to get into this business and to invest in myself fully and, do something new and experience being an entrepreneur. I didn't think I would have done it this way, but I think this is actually the best way I could ever have done it because, I can combine my work and my passion, which is really, really good, yes. And obviously the networking, meeting lovely, lovely ladies like you, so I'm chopped, as they say over here.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I always get so excited when we get people new people coming out. So I'm so excited to have you here with us. And I just want to give you a quick shout out, Sarita and Gabrielle, and a lot of the other ladies often that we have on here with us are now live doing their first live Perth Mastermind. So that's where they are right now. So shout out. They may or may not pop on to say hi during this time, but it's in the evening. It's like about 11:18 p.m. there, and they're at the Mastermind House. They've all started arriving there. So big shout out to you. Some of them may be watching later in the replay, etc. But that's where they are right now, and sending all love and blessings, and have an amazing mastermind. I'll be actually hopping on at one point on the weekend, training Sheena as well, who often pops out in her hangout. We're gonna be live streaming training Dee. Like a lot of us are coming in live streaming from the outside into Australia, and there's a lot of folks physically there right now. So just big shout out to all of you there, so you know where they are all at. And so I'm gonna actually, because I know Carolina, you need to hop out a little bit. You've got your yoga class coming up. If you want to pop out first and talk on the topic, and then I'll go across, and because I'm not sure what because I know you have a little bit of time constraints, and especially since you came out on the topic, if you want to talk a little bit more on it, and then we'll all dive in. And also, actually quickly, CJ, do you see anybody on the page, anybody that's commented, said hi? Because we want to get your comments and thoughts on all this. We will speak to them. So if you have anything you want to add to our conversation, or you have a question or anything, feel free, pop it out. And also, if you're watching this in the replay, our intention is that you are here live with us in essence, because time and space, I mean, look at this, we're literally all over the globe, and time and space are just, you know, constructs, and energetically we're all together. So feel free, as you're watching this, to put your comments in and thoughts, and we will come back and chat together over the week on them, so you can feel like you're also part of the conversation. So, CJ, is there anything we have there yet?
At this moment, no, we have no comments, so please make sure you say hello, put in your comments where you're watching from. If you have any questions, or if you would like to add to the topic, we would love to hear from you, so just start typing right away, and we do check it, and I will read the comments for you, so we'd love to hear from you and what your outlook is on this topic as well.
Well, thank you. All right, cool. So I'm going to bring you out, Carolina, to come in on this topic and your thoughts on it.
Yay. This is a really important topic for me because I know that I have been a little bit of master of self-limitation. So even if I have always thought that I'm like the master of my whole space, so it hasn't been really true. I have been, like I told earlier, I have been having a little bit false purposes, or I don't really know how to say it, intentions maybe, more or less, and doing things for wrong reasons. I have had like a really tough childhood. I have a father who is really abusive, both physical and mentally, and I have also been always bullied in school, mostly from other girls. I have always had mostly like boyfriends, and I'm a kind of little bit a tomboy. I have been better with the guys, so I have like lived like most of my life to try to achieve something and show others that I am worthy and I can manage to do things. And it's like not that long ago it opened to me that even if I have been successful in certain things in my life, it has been for all the wrong reasons. Excuse me, getting a little bit emotional. So it has like kind of opened up for me that it's time to put that kind of limitation behind if I like want to show my kids what kind of freedom you have possibilities to have in your life, and for myself to feel that freedom to be able to breathe. I mean, breathing. I have like been working really hard lately also, but that is nothing I'm going to whine about because I have been determined to go to Orlando and I'm making it happen. So, but I noticed that just the things that you sell your soul to someone else and doing everything in someone else's rules and living by someone else's rules, it like cuts down your own breathing, your own power. And I'm sure about that's going to be a whole different story later on, and even more after Orlando. So I'm getting quite empowered and getting stuff happen in my life as I want to. So my yoga teaching is certain something that I don't even like think as a job. It's something that I love to do. So even if it's a work that pays something, but it's not really a job. I'm in love with yoga teaching, and my students, they are just awesome. And I'm also got I thought at first that I had like my plan and my whys quite clear at the first when I started this business online, but I noticed that there is like these pop-up windows coming up, because there's like all the time coming up new intentions and new stuff you want to work on. Like I was also realizing that there's a lot of people that are not able to go to work because they have limitations after being sick and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that to being sick is one kind of self-limitation also, and I'm well, I have the knowledge about that my cancer probably had really much to do with my past and my limitation of myself and my own powers. So I think this is like so awesome key and tool to pass on to other people's and be inspiring other people's to notice that they actually have every power in the world to do stuff from home and make an earning and live the dream life if they want to. They just have to stop limiting constantly their thoughts and lives and bodies with the self-down talking. So that's like it's a popcorn ball in my head right now. It's like thoughts coming from right and the left, and I don't really know how to control them right now. So,
you're doing great. You're doing great in how you're expressing, actually.
So that's really something that I think we would have to get girls know better, even men, of course, but especially women. I was starting to talking Swedish in the middle. Are like quite a lot letting others' opinions to make a difference what they are able to do, and takes too much model of someone else putting the thoughts in your head, and that's kind of why I jumped into this business also, because I saw you and I saw Gabrielle, and I just thought like, whoa, this is something huge. And even if I got frustrated at the beginning because it didn't really make any sense to me, I have like worked a lot, and it just pays off. And when you work with yourself and train with yourself, get off the limitations and the shadows and all the guardings you have like in front of you, like hiding your true self from what you are and what you are able to do. So that's fascinating, and that's so awesome to be here. So I hope to inspire others also.
Yeah, it's so powerful. I mean, especially, you've literally overcome cancer by.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you want to. You said it sort of briefly, but I don't know how many people caught that. But you have overcome cancer. Can you talk a little bit about your perspective and what you were doing in that process? People see what's actually possible. I just think that's such a powerful thing.
Yeah. Well, when I got my diagnosis, I had the terminal phase of cancer. So I wasn't really getting any hopes at all that I would survive. So they started the treatments just to buy enough time to my family to like get used to the thought that I'm passing away. But I was like, I had been so many years fighting with the doctors and saying that I was not well, that I was like, when I got the diagnosis, I was like, woohoo! I told you so. And after I like got that, I noticed that, well, okay, I'm like in the terminal phase, but I don't have any time to stop living or lay down and die. That's like not at all my plan. So yes, I started all the treatments, and they were surprised at the beginning because they actually started to do something, but then it stopped again. But they wanted to start another medication and another medication. But what they were not having a knowledge of was that I also started to change my diet, more to green power, more vegan and more organic food. But I also had a doctor that had like it was a bunch of vitamins and antioxidants and homeopathic medicines that I took also to support my body to heal faster and to be able to take the chemotherapy. And I actually had one night where I had really high fever. I was sick. I had like a season flu or something like that, but it came like really hard for my body. So I had been on the hospital on and off for 2.5 weeks, and I was so tired of that hospital bed, so I wanted to go home. And I got to go to home and sleep there, but come to next morning back to hospital and get my antibiotics. But at the night, I felt like the fever was coming up again, but I didn't say anything to my husband, who was lying in Savasana here at the floor. Because I just wanted to be at home. It felt good, and my mother was visiting us right then, and actually I woke up in the middle of the night, and I felt that there was like a presence of someone else in the room. At the same time, I felt like so light, and I felt so good laying there in the bed, but I was like totally weightless and almost like hanging from like a silver thread or something. And when I was lying there, I had my eyes open, and I hear my husband tell me that, "Are you awake?" "Yeah." "Do you know that there is something else in this room also?" It's like, "Yeah, I know." And then I heard like the voice in my head that if you want to let go and like go to the next dimension, just let go. But if you are not going to die right now, so make the decision now and start to live. So I made my decision, and here I am. Mm. And after that, it has like been only getting better and better.
Wow.
So that's kind of the turning point for me, when everything started to work out.
Wow, that's powerful. But you made a very powerful decision. You literally decided to live.
Yeah.
Decided to live.
Yes. So I think that's like the most important thing to do if you have like illness. It's many people just give up, even if they say that they have not given up the hope, but it's somewhere much more deeper in your mind. Yeah. The state of feeling that you are not going to make it, or you are feeling discomfort, or like there's, of course, there's like popping all the time up old traumas and stuff like that, but you just have to let go, even if you have like gone through those things several times in your lifetime, but they are popping always up as long as you have some kind of issue with that thing. They're always coming back to you.
Wow.
And you just take a next level and next level and next level until they are gone. So
Wow.
there are lots of things that I'm so totally through with now. So
Yeah, I think that's so amazing. I mean, what you know, making an, I mean, it's a deep thing. Making an analogy. I mean, you made a decision to live. You made a decision that, you know, you want to be doing what we're doing here, and that what's, like you were saying, like what's possible. You know, what's possible comes down to a decision to allow it. You allowed yourself to live. I love that you chose the word allow. You typed it in our chat for the suggestion for this topic. You're saying to allow success and well-being. You know, you allowed yourself to make the decision. You allowed it, and then all the pieces. Like even in the process, I mean, even when you got the diagnosis, right? You know, and they said that you were terminal, and you were like, no. You know, and you found other things, like you were doing the chemo, but you know, you found the vitamins and you found the homeopathics, and you were doing all these other things, and then the deepest level thing was that transition of saying, I'm choosing to be here, and then it just, everything started to work, and it's the same thing. I mean, well-being and in success, to make that decision. You know, you said you had the decision to invest in yourself, you had a decision to be, a decision to allow it. Really to allow. I had it's nowhere near like cancer, but I'm not even close. But you know, something that powerful that happened to me just this past weekend. You all know that, I mean, Michael Bernard Beckwith, and he has this community here, Agape. Well, once a year, Agape does this thing where they call it Sacred Service Saturday, and they go out into the community, and people do it around the world as well in their environments, and to go out into the community and volunteer in a bunch of different projects. And I had signed up, me and the kids, for a particular project, and actually even my car was involved. We were like supposed to be taking back and forth, and it was one that was going to be appropriate for the kids, stuff that they could do, right? And I was all excited about it. The kids knew this was the day we were going to go out and help people, right? And I had to get them there really early in the morning. And I woke up, and the room was spinning. I literally couldn't stand up. And back in 2008, I'd had a severe bout of vertigo, really, really bad. I'd lost actually 8 months of my life to it, where constantly, because I couldn't do anything. The world was spinning. Like literally, like constantly, everything was constantly spinning, and I had tests up the wazoo. They did everything. Finally, found out, you know, what they thought it was, which they think might have been an allergic reaction to something. I don't know. But when this happened, I initially went into a place of deep fear, going, "Oh my God, here it is again! What the heck?" But this time, I'm a single mom with little kids by myself. You know, I mean, I need to take care of them, everything else. I mean, little Jaden, sweetheart that he is, was holding my hand just for me to get to the restroom, you know, and somehow get me into the kitchen. And I'm like grappling at things and on the floor, pulling food out of the fridge to somehow feed them and stuff, because the world was spinning. And going, okay, what am I going to do? How's this going to work? And I mean, I knew Sacred Saturday was out the window for at that point, and it was like starting to like think, what am I going to do? How am I going to, what? I mean, all this stuff started floating through my head, and then all of a sudden I just kind of stopped, and I took a deep breath, and I went, no, this is not, no, this is my kids need me, and Joan's coming. My kids need me, and I'm getting back to health. I'm getting back to health, and I closed my eyes for a second, and I remembered that they had said the last diagnosis was they thought it was allergies. So I took myself one of my strongest allergy meds, and said, you know what, I'm going to rest this off my body, and somehow got the kids to relax, and I laid down, and oh goodness, I rested, I slept a lot, and woke up at times, everything was still spinning, but I just kept determining that I was healthy and that everything was fine. Like, I just kept saying, this is it, I'm going, and I literally consciously focused on allowing a healthy space. Instead of getting rid of the spinning, I was focusing on allowing the health. And around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I was sitting on the couch, and all of a sudden I just realized it had stopped. It had stopped. Something that had taken my life for 8 months prior. It's not as extreme as cancer, but it was very powerful for me. Something that had taken my life prior, one day. I did it in one day. I was talking to CJ. Actually, I was telling you about this. Natural mompreneur, yeah. I was like, oh,
yeah, you called me.
Yeah.
You're like, you're not going to believe this happened.
I was like, oh my goodness. It was extremely powerful. I allowed it. And, I had something else once happen where I had my shoulder was broken, and the doctors had told me I had this big bump that it was broken, and they couldn't do surgery or do anything with it because what was broken was impossible to do the surgery with. The thing that they would work with was actually broken and ripped and shredded, and after a certain point in time they said, you're just going to be in pain for the rest of your life, and you're going to be disfigured. That's just that. It's just the way it is. And I just said, just kind of like you, Carolina, I just said, no. And, I said, this is, I'm going to have a healthy body. This is it. I have a healthy body. And all of a sudden, the homeopathics, all these other alternative things came flooding into my awareness of things to take action on. And this is the thing. This is what I want to jump in. This is when the moment I made the determination, I made the decision that I was going to allow myself to be healthy. All of a sudden, the right actions came to. Just like you made a decision, all of a sudden, this business popped up in front of you. I remember when I was first talking to you, the first time we connected on this, this business for me, it popped up for me, in my awareness is the ability to take action on this. I was on a page, there was a button like there was below, and I was like, to heck with it, I'm just doing this, for goodness sake. And so I made this decision with my shoulder, and all these things came up, and I started taking action and all this stuff, and I just kept focusing, telling myself that I'm seeing myself as healthy again, and taking action on every single thing that popped up in my environment on what to do about it. And I'll never forget when I went back to the doctor, and they were like, they couldn't believe it, that supposedly it was never going to change, and it changed. I don't know if you can see my shoulders. I had a bump, like on my shoulder. I can't even, honestly, at this point, I can't remember what shoulder it was. I had this massive bump, like the bone stuck up. Look at my shoulders here. So I'm wearing, like, you can see, there's no big bump. I'm not, like, disfigured. I'm not in any pain. And bones that were never supposed to be able to heal, healed. All this stuff, my body just adjusted when the doctors had given up, to the point where I actually had an x-ray at one point a few years later, and they can't even tell that it was ever broken. And if it wasn't for the fact that I have the other x-rays to prove that it was, right, people would think I might have been nuts, but it really did happen. And, for anybody watching this, I don't know if there's any well-being issues, anything you've got, but it's so powerful. And it works on all levels. It does work on the physical and on the business side, because every time that one of the biggest things I was given advice on when I first started doing what we do is to just, have the idea that we're making money all the time, because we set up our, we have what we do where we set things up so that literally while we're sleeping, and I will wake up to sales, and I'll set intentions to attract the most incredible people into my world and into my business, and they show up. It's amazing. So all the people here, we're all here because someone set those intentions. And we all came, we're all connected together, each other, all of us here right now, because of that exact process. And you watching this right now, you might already be with us and you're aware that this happens. I'm just going to, encourage you to allow this even more. And for somebody watching this for the first time, it's kind of a magical thing. It's the coolest thing ever. I mean, we set things up. Some of you may have come to us, initially found us via, Facebook or Instagram or somewhere on the internet, and the reality is, we've set intentions to bring in the right people, and at any point in time, I mean, like for example, even like a Facebook ad, right? That's an automated bot that could go and it could, something could show up in the news feed of any one of hundreds of thousands of people, or Instagram. It could, all of a sudden we could pop up in front of you, but the reality is, I speak to people over and over and over again where they're like, it's so funny because I made this determination and this intention, that I need this, and all of a sudden, poof, there it is. It shows up, like the right thing shows up at the right time. And that's why I love this allowing. We just allow, and what pops up is actions to take and things coming in from the outside. So that's what it means to me. And I'm so inspired by you, Carolina, to hear that you did this with something as powerful as cancer. It's just brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I want to quickly pull out Joan, who popped in here, to quickly introduce yourself, and then we're going to go across the panel to everybody talking about it, and then we'll come back. As I know some people, CJ has a short time period, so quickly introduce you. I'm going to bring out CJ because I know she has to pop in like 10 minutes. Here you go.
Hey everybody, I am Joan. I am a stay-at-home mom, work-at-home mom, mompreneur of 3 boys, and they are 6, 3, and 1. 1 is right here. Say hello. And again, I'm so grateful to be on this panel. It's a wonderful topic. I love. I've recently had the have had the joy of allowing and having noticing the things that happen once you start to allow things to happen to you and not self-sabotage yourself. And so I love this topic, and again, I'm so happy to be here. I know CJ needs to run, so that's my little introduction about myself, and back to you, Val.
Cool. And CJ, you are up.
Yay! Yes, this topic is super powerful, especially for any woman or sister, mom, lady that's out there that's watching, because as women, and especially as a mom, you kind of forget who you are. And over time, you lose the person that you're meant to be. For me, it was, this is most likely, this is really I'm going to stutter here now, because I'm just going through this right now. I've just been able to, within the past few months, find that I have been lost as a person. And over the past 14 years, I lost me, and I was miserable. And I did not realize how miserable I was until I had that breakthrough that I was married, yes. I had 3 amazing children, yes. But in the midst of all of this, I lost me. I lost the most important person in the world, and that was me. It was something that a lot of people do. They lose themselves, and they become comfortable with losing themselves and not having to push to find that person again that you were. And for me, I'm a loving, caring individual. I put people first before me always. I'm always the last person to be taken care of. I'll eat whatever scraps are on the table to make sure my kids are fed first before I have a plate of food in front of me. It's just, when we're out in public, I let everybody out in the building before me. I'm always the last person to enter. When we're at a friend's house, everyone's around socialized partying, and I'm the one that's cleaning the kitchen and doing the dishes, and that's just who I am. And in the process of all of that, I forgot to take care of me. I forgot to focus on me. And if you're not focusing on yourself and taking care of yourself, then you're really not giving the value to the world that you have to give. And for myself, it was found through meditation and through yoga. I started doing yoga over the springtime, and I'm now down 40 pounds just by doing yoga every single day of my life. So it's just, I really haven't changed my diet that much, but just by taking that 10 to 15 minutes every single day religiously, or spiritually, we should say. Just giving yourself that spiritual moment every day has helped me overcome the fact that I thought I could not lose my baby weight. Of giving birth to 3 amazing children, I had gained over 80 pounds over the years. And for me, that was extremely hard. I was always a skinny mini. I weighed nothing more than 124 pounds ever in my entire life until I gave birth to my first son. And I had gotten up to 216 pounds after I gave birth to Ricardo, which is my last baby, and he's 4. So I'd like to let everybody know that just because you give birth and you've given that wonderful blessing of mommy weight, you don't have to live with that your entire life. It's not something that you're going to be blessed with now for the remainder of your life. You just have to find the mindset and push through it, and you will. And like I said, I really have not changed my diet. It's more or less just been that, yes, I am going to lose this, and yes, I can do this, and yes, I can find me again. And due to that, I'm now down to 171, and I'm still counting down. So as you can tell, we're not shy. I have no problem giving my weight numbers. We're women, and it's possible. And it's really all about when you finally say to yourself, I'm done. I know I can do this. I know I can get through this, and I know I can be me. It was not easy. I've had a lot of days that would bring me down. And during those moments, I would pull out a meditation, I would read a book, I would listen to an audio, or there was days I would even just turn everything, everything off, the computer, the cell phone, the radios, throw a bunch of food, goodies, snacks, beach towels, toys, water, juice, and just go with my boys and my husband and just find some place to turn off the world. We've even woken up at 5 a.m. in the morning, the entire house, when mommy could not sleep. I've gotten everybody in the house up, and again, went to the store, bought breakfast items, and watched a sunrise. Not that many families can do that together, and we've been very blessed to watch several sunrises with my boys. And the same day that we watched the sunrise, I would take them to go watch a sunset, so they could understand the beginning of the day and the end of the day and how it works, and to enjoy that true blissfulness that comes with your everyday life, and how life changes every day, and you don't know what's going to happen. And I'm not going to cry. But it's really powerful when you can see your children understand it and watch their mommy go through it and watch their mommy survive it, and know that it's life. And you have to take every moment of it and run with it, because things happen for a reason. And unfortunately, they may be painful, they may be happy. But you just have to take that lesson and learn from it, and take that level of learning that you really want to take with that, and grow with it. Because the most important thing in this world is yourself. And if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not taking care of your world. And a lot of us have children, and we need to be there for those children. We need to be there for our spouses. We need to be there for our partners. We need to be there for our team members. We need to be there for the people that look up to us. And everybody thinks that I'm this powerful goddess, and I'm not. I'll be very honest with each and every one of you that thinks I am. I'm not. I'm just a mom with a mission, and a mom with a passion. And I'm not giving up until I can free every single mom and woman out there, and have them see that there's more to life, and that you can come back, and that you don't have to feel that your day has ended or your past happiness is over, because it's not. It's the beginning of your new happiness. It's the beginning of your new life. You're just a little bit more mature now. But doesn't mean you have to grow up. You just open that next chapter and you go with it. That new journey.
I love that. Thank you so much, CJ. That's so powerful. Thank you so much. Wow. inspire me again. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Now that we have officially made everybody cry on this site.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And yeah, so I'm blessed to have you in my life. So.
You as well, sister. I mean, since it'll actually be a year this October that
Oh my
we've been
goodness.
connected.
That's
We
right.
met in Orlando last year.
Wow. That's right. That's wild. That's wild.
And yes, I have my hotel room. It's booked. My tickets are booked, and all 5 of us, the hubby and the boys, will be in Orlando. So the entire family is going to be at this event. So our boys finally get to meet in person, not over their video.
No, our kids are going to get to have fun and hang out together. Yay! Cool. Yay! Oh, it's so cool.
All right, I'm going to hop out, everybody. I just want to say bye. I love you. And I will see each and every one of you next week. Have an awesome week, ladies.
You too, CJ. Bye. Elizabeth, I'm going to pull you out. Come on out, natural mamapreneur. Oh, you might be able to unmute, hon.
Yeah, I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. I hope I put it correctly, the title, but we'll talk about that later. It's very interesting listening to all what you ladies have said and have shared, because I think as women, we always have a lot of pressure on our shoulders. We put pressure on ourselves, the society put pressure on us, you know, there's so much pressure. And a lot of time can feel really, really overwhelming. You have to be the perfect mom, the perfect wife, you know, at work you have to be perfect, and you know, you're doing 100%, you're meant to give 100% in the house, 100% at work, 100%, you know, just everywhere. And it's just not feasible. And it's arrived at a stage where it just becomes a bit too much, everything. So I think the really nice thing about this group is that it focuses a lot on mindset and self-development, which is a plus, because a lot of times, even though you feel overwhelmed, you don't actually know what to do about it. But being with this group, we have the tools to kind of address this overwhelmingness and, you know, do something about it. I think for me personally, it always reaches a stage where Annabelle is chatting a lot. It always reaches a stage where, you know, I just keep going on and on and on and on and on and on. Then I arrive at a stage where you have nothing to give anymore. And that is when you need to recharge your batteries. And the way I recharge my batteries now is listening to audios, surrounding myself with people that inspire me. So just scrolling on my Facebook and like seeing the lives of other women, it inspires me really. Or you know, reading as well. And you know, they're all things that just make things better. And then the thing I've learned also is that even though situations are hard, they are a kind of lesson. And until you do not learn that lesson, it's like they keep coming back. They keep coming back and they keep coming back until you do not pass that stage. But it will just keep coming back until you learn something from that lesson, you take it with you and you implement it. So I think surrounding yourself with people that really want your well-being is definitely a plus. And then taking that, even if it's 5 or 10 minutes a day, maybe having a longer shower, or you know, doing some yoga or listening to music each day for ourselves, I think it's a plus. So yeah, I'm going to pass it on now. And there you go.
Thank you, John. Hi. Until you had
Hey Val, for some reason I couldn't hear. I think I have a bad connection, but I couldn't hear what Elizabeth was saying. But I'm sure it will be on the replay. But sorry, I couldn't hear what you were saying. But as we're talking about allowing, and so grateful for CJ that was able to share with us what her story is, and Val for your story as well. I'm so grateful that you were able to share with everybody your experience and how powerful it is. And just recently, like a lot of women here on the panel, you know, I was a few months ago I was looking for a means to be able to stay at home and earn income online, and all of a sudden, I get connected with this group, and it's been awesome, and I've learned so much. And the power of everybody just coming together and being able to get on these hangouts is amazing. And it wasn't too long ago when I learned about allowing things to happen. And I guess what I've learned is it was probably about a year ago, my husband had to deploy, and it was always a mystery of how I would, homeschool, and how I would raise 3 boys, and how I would just keep it all together. And it was then that I was just like, I know that we can make it work. I know that it's, something difficult that you have to go through, but I just know that it was going to work. And when I just trusted in Source, God, the universe, then I allowed people to help, and I allowed people to, support me, and then all of a sudden it just got easy. It was great. It was a great experience when I allowed people to show up in my life and allowed them to help me. And with that, also with allowing, I noticed that once you start seeing yourself allow just little things, maybe just like a phone call or a smile or a hug or some help with the kids or a meal, you start seeing all these different little miracles, and then all of a sudden you start to see all of it. And then the more you see it, the more you kind of get everything, the more that the things that you have been wanting and desiring is all of a sudden right in front of your face. And that is the magical power of allowing that I have experienced, because, like I said, start seeing the little things, even the little ant that crawls across your feet, even like just the air that you're breathing, even just you waking up in the morning, even the kid crying in the middle of the night. Like, once you start seeing that all of those are miracles, that all of those are put in front of your face for a reason. Once you start allowing that and seeing that they're all gifts from God, then anything that you've desired, that you wanted, that you've been looking for in life, relationships, money, whatever it is, all of a sudden you'll see it come into play. And that's the most favorite thing that I love about allowing, is that once you start to see all of it, then the more you kind of receive. So it's amazing how things work like that.
That's so true and so powerful. I mean, yeah, I'm glad that you're bringing that up, Joan, because it really is. I mean, just seeing, you start to see all the beauty and the abundance and all of it all coming together. That awareness can happen. It's just it's amazing. Yeah, because it's all there. I mean, we have anything we've ever wanted. It's already, I mean, they say it's already being given. We've already have it. All we got to do is open the door and allow it, right? Allow it to actually express through us. And I mean, that's the thing, is realizing that it comes through us, actually, which is what's powerful. And then that's when we're opening up to to what's in front of us, of what to do, what to take action on. I think a lot of people think it comes from the outside, and it really doesn't. It comes through us, and it's like, opportunities and things and stuff to do, actions to take, things. It's like, Carolina, she could have ignored whatever the homeopathic thing that came her direction, or whatever, or we could have ignored the ad that popped up in front of us, or the communication that came to us in some way that brought us even to this. I mean, everything, it's all the actions, everything that we do, it all kind of it's allowing us to take action in the moment, and then everything moves into place. It's like, we do our part, and then it seems like it's coming from the outside, but it's all working in one big beautiful mechanism together. Too much to like fathom in our conscious minds, I think, but it always blows my mind when I allow myself to even allow, to get to that level, what's possible.
Yeah, I also think that a lot of people, they'll find one bad thing about their day, and then they allow that thing to be so bad that then a string of events of that day are horrible. Like they'll be late for work, or and then they'll get the flat tire, and then their boss will get on them, and then this and this and this and this and this and this, and it just kind of spirals that way because we allow it to be a bad situation. But I think that if you allow it not to be a bad situation, and then you'll kind of attract, the better things, and you'll see everything as good instead of as something bad. So I think that's what I see a lot, with people saying, oh, it's, of course, somebody will say, of course this will happen on this day when everything else bad had happened on this day, because they've allowed it they've allowed it to happen that way. And of course everyone has bad days, but I think it's yourself, and the way you look at it, and the way how you allow it to be is what will come into the physical part of it. So
absolutely. I mean, I've heard so many stories of people even coming from like extreme situations, like someone might go through. I remember talking to people that came through like Katrina, and just natural disasters or other things, and the same. You could have two people, both have lost everything. One turns it into the best thing that ever happened to them, and the other, their whole life falls apart. Even the biggest, most extreme things. It can be, something as simple as, and it's a mindset. So many people you hear the person that says, oh, this always happens to me. Well, yeah, if you think that, then it does, right? But then the other person is like, I'm stuck in traffic. Wow, I get this opportunity to really just kind of look out, and I get this moment to be able to reflect and connect with the universe, and there's all these people here, and they're all going to get them, going to wherever they need to get going, and this is giving me this time to really, delve into myself and see the beauty of the universe. It's like you can turn anything into anything, right? And maybe the fact that you're going to get someplace later than maybe you thought you were going to get to, that could be opening up the possibility for something. It's absolutely necessary that you show up somewhere later, because it's going to trigger something, which triggers something, which triggers something. We don't know, as the universe is moving and everything that's happening, that we're literally, things are happening, and we're putting ourselves in position for to be in the right place at the right time, instead of fighting it, to always be looking. It's, this is the thing with me, is like, always, challenging myself to go, okay, what's here in this moment? What is here for me in this moment, where that I can have, and that I can give? And I'll be honest, I don't always, go there, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. That's what I'm finding, is the more I do it, the easier it gets. And being connected, like I said, in a community like this, staying connected, it just helps to uplift. Like, if I happen to go down a negative rabbit hole, it's just one of the most powerful things, is staying connected to all of us, and what we are, and who we are, and what we do. Elizabeth, anything more to add on, or?
No, I think we've covered everything. Sorry for the bad audio. My daughter was just screaming as usual.
Hey, mamas. Do you see? Because it's harder for me when I'm on this. Helen, can you see if we have any comments in the chat from anyone? May or may not this time around, because we didn't set up the topic until like the last second. So.
Yeah, I think
more folks in the replay for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Any comments in there live?
Mm-hmm.
You log it onto the page.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hold on 1 second, I'm getting there.
Okay. Hi, sweetie. Because I have to go back.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I'm trying to look for my page. I'm trying to see.
Here. Well, I'll see. Maybe.
Sorry, I can't.
It's okay. Let's see, as I might have it really quick. I just thought if you had it up, let's take a quick look here. See if you've got anything.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yep. No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Well, so hang on, I was going to get back to us. Okay. Right. So if you're watching this in the replay, and chances are you are, because we didn't actually get a chance to promote this to the last second, let everybody know what our topic was. But definitely put your comments and put your experiences in any of this, thoughts, anything at all, into our chat. Any suggestions of topics you'd love to see us cover as well. And we're just very excited. If you're still here watching and you're brand new, this is your first time coming across this, I'll say there's no accident that you're still here. Something is resonating with you. And whoever sent you here, definitely if you want to connect up further, that's where we got linked below, and you can connect up as well. And we're just excited to meet you. Maybe one day you'll be here on with us here. You never know. We've seen that happen. So have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we'll see you all next week. Mwah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.